What's up, guys? I'm Random Frank P, back with episode 202 of Room Tour Project, the series where we show off some of the best setups to give you some ideas and inspirations for your own setup. If you see anything you like, I'll have it all listed for you in the description down below so you can check it out. We'll kick it off now, episode 202. This episode is sponsored by the Corsair Virtuoso RGB wireless headset. Available in black or white, it features 7.1 surround sound, a durable aluminum frame, and slipstream technology, allowing for high fidelity audio with ultra low latency. These were also featured in my best gaming headsets of 2019 video. If you want to check it out, I'll put a link for you in the description down below. Alright, first up we have Paul, and this is actually a setup built inside of a shed. So we've got a shed up, but it's really impressive. Seems pretty spacious and stuff. Big TV, designated desk setup, but all that just outside of the house. Very, very interesting. So for the actual desk setup, we have the IKEA concoction with the Alex Drawers Carlby desktop. Then he also went a step further to make his own monitor riser, which is definitely a pretty cool idea. Looks really nice as well. Both of those monitors side by side are the same panel. It's an LG 34-inch ultrawide from their Ultra Gear gaming lineup. Then talking peripherals, you can see the audio setup he has going on. That's the Logitech Z906 speakers with the Corsair K70 RGB keyboard, the Corsair Nightsword RGB mouse, and the Corsair MM800 RGB mousepad, and a wireless phone charger. Now over to the PC. This is the Corsair 760T case. Inside it's got an Intel i7 6700K CPU with a Corsair H100i GTX AIO, 32 gigs of G-Skill Ripjaw RAM on Gigabyte Z170X Gaming 3 motherboard, and 2 EVGA GTX 970s in SLI. And then for the entertainment setup, got a massive 65-inch Samsung 4K TV, the Bose SoundTouch 300 soundbar there, just delivering a really cool spot to get out of the house, game, chill, relax. Ceiling's even lined with RGB light strips. Really digging the way this all came together. Next up, we've got Bruce, B is for Brave, with a really unique Japanese kind of theme going on here, from the prints, the wallpaper, the bonsai tree, and I'm really digging the earth tones and the darker colors here to accent the prints. Just makes the setup look a bit different. The monitors, yet again, same model and the stacked orientation with the LG Ultra Gear 34-inch displays, and those cherry wood speakers are the AV123 ELT525M, sounds made up. But for the rest of the peripherals, we have a really nice custom keyboard here, the KeyColt No. 2 Rev 1. Inside's got Teleo switches and simple JA keycaps here, with the Logitech G Pro wireless mouse on a glorious extended extra large Stealth Edition mousepad. But damn, look at that wrist rest. Always love seeing a custom board. And then even got the custom water-cooled PC, which is looking really clean. This case is the Leon Lee PC 011 dynamic case. Inside an Intel i7 6700K CPU with 32 gigs of Corsair Vengeance Pro RGB RAM on an Asus Maximus 8 Hero motherboard with an NVIDIA RTX 2080 Founders Edition graphics card. Some of the water cooling components are from EK for the CPU and GPU water blocks, as well as the RAD and stuff. But this is a really nice looking PC. So Bruce, gotta give it to you. Great job on execution here. Everything just flows, love the natural tones. Everything just looks neat and organized. My only tip is to see if you could span that wallpaper so it goes across both instead of having them repeated. Next up, we have Manuel with the single massive ultra-wide monitor mounted nicely on these geometric backboards, acting like a mounting surface. Great for cable management and great for aesthetics. So this monitor is from Asus. It's their Strix XG49VQ, so 49 inches, which is just insane. And he's got some RGB light strips behind the desk and the monitor to give it that separation from that backboard, so you have some actual depth with the colors. And these boards are meant to replace like wallpaper and stuff if you want an accent wall. Here, pulled off nicely. For the peripherals, get the Corsair K95 Platinum RGB keyboard with the Corsair Ironclaw RGB mouse on the Corsair mousepad again, the MM800 Polaris, and he's got the white PBT keycaps on the keyboard as well. For audio, going with a bit of a mix-up here, got the Logitech G560 LightSync speakers with their G933 gaming headset on the Corsair RGB headset stand. And then over to the PC, another really nice clean water-cooled job. This is the Thermaltake Core P3 case, a very popular frame, Inside is an Intel i7 8700K CPU with 64 gigs of Corsair Vengeance RGB Pro RAM on the Asus Maximus 10 Formula motherboard, and the Asus ROG Strix GTX 1080 Ti graphics card, water cooling components from EK, and Thermaltake. Great job on cable management as well. As you can see, no cables hanging down from the desk, and I assume a lot of the cables from the monitor and PC are going to be routed behind that backboard, so when you see it head on, it looks super fresh. Good job. Next up, we've got Jonathan, and this is a hell of an RGB gaming room. Tons of the Nanolith Aurora light panels and these geometric kind of standout prints that have RGB surrounding the shapes. I don't even know what they are, but it looks crazy cool. So for these three displays, again mounted nicely as well, his primary is an Alienware 34-inch, the 1900R, with two Dell 27 monitors on each side, and then above those you can see his speakers mounted, the Klipsch R15M. Then for the rest of the peripherals on his desk, got the Stream Deck there, the And Pro 2 keyboard with the Razer Viper Ultimate wireless mouse on the Mad Catz Glide 38 mousepad. Deadly combo if I do say so myself. And again, checking out the customization he did to his And Pro 2 keyboard, it looks nothing like this when you buy it. But he got custom keycaps, some artisans, a custom cable, and it really took it to the next level in terms of, again, customization. And for the rest of his gear, on his Corsair ST100 RGB headphone stand is the Corsair Void Pro wireless headset. Now, over to the PC, this is the NZXT H700i case, bringing all those colors in the room directly to the internals, pinks, purples, ice blues, all that kind of stuff. Inside the Intel i9 9900K CPU with the Corsair Kraken X62 AIO, 32 gigs of Corsair Vengeance Pro RGB RAM. I feel like everybody's had that so far this episode. On the MSI Z390 Ace motherboard with an EVGA RTX 2080 Ti Black Edition GPU. But hot damn, this thing is super neon. And as you saw in that first shot, over on the left side of the room, kind of making this massive custom L-shaped desk, is a secondary setup. And we're not going to go over this too, but we'll focus on the peripherals because, yet again, he has a customized keyboard, the Ducky 1-2 Mini, with the pretty much same keycaps and like matching coil cable and stuff to highlight it. And the mouse here is Logitech MX Master 3. So a secondary workstation completing this crazy cool RGB room. Those hexagon RGB panels are really unique, and I like how it adds some depth because you can kind of see them stand out and pop a bit more. Then with the monitors being mounted and stuff, it's all about depth. You see what I'm saying? And then lastly, we've got Scott with the stacked monitor orientation right in front of a big massive window for some natural ambient lighting. And even though it's winter, he's bringing the beach to the bedroom with the waves and the ice blue theme going on in the PC and the monitor wallpaper. So for those two displays, his primary is the MSI 24-inch with the top overhead being a 25-inch ultra-wide from LG. You can see the MSI monitor is still on the stock stand, but he has the 25-inch overhead on his stand off to the left side, and you really can't even notice. It just looks like one stand. Then like clockwork, moving on down to the peripherals, Scott actually didn't give us any info on the actual keyboard. So don't know what it is. It's obviously some sort of a custom build. If I had to guess, I would assume it's one of those DIY kits from KBD fans, but a custom coiled cable for the keyboard. You can see the RGB lights are also going to a teal color to highlight his mouse, which is the Glorious PC Gaming Race Model O, and he has a secondary mouse, the Logitech G703 Lightspeed, so you can kind of switch it up between wired and wireless. That's on an extended mouse pad from Corsair, the MM300. And for his speakers, off to the side is Logitech Z333. But then rounding it up with the PC build, we got the Phanteks Eclipse P350X case. Inside is a Ryzen 5 2600 CPU with a Gigabyte X470 Gaming Plus motherboard with 16 gigs of Corsair Vengeance Pro RGB RAM and the MSI RX 470 Gaming X graphics card. And a pop figure inside as well, which is a trend that is still going on. I don't even know how pop figures are still a thing, but I guess that's just the boomer in me talking, right? That's what the kids say? No, I'm just playing. I know it's a big thing with collectibles, and I encourage that. I encourage collectibles in a setup to add that personality, you know what I'm saying? But good stuff, Scott. You can kind of see the desktop there is kind of limiting and cramped in terms of space. So I like how you have the essentials there, everything you need to keep the setup thriving. Alright guys, that'll wrap it up for episode 202 of Room Tour Project. Hope you all enjoyed. And don't forget, if you saw anything you like in this episode, I'll have all the gear and hardware you see listed for you in the description down below so you can check it out. As well as some very simple instructions on how to submit your setup. If you want to be possibly considered being a future episode of Room Tour Project, check the description down below for it all. But if you like this episode, give it a big thumbs up to show your support. Feel free to follow me on all social at RandomFrankP. And lastly, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Lots of hand movements. I'm Random Frank P. Hope you enjoyed. Have a good day.